Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Now, we have some massive news, right? We finally got the date for the Ethereum ETF that is going to be going live next week, Tuesday. Now, this is huge, right? We all waited for the Bitcoin ETF. We saw BlackRock leading the inflows. And so will we see the same thing happen with the Ethereum ETF? I do not believe we're going to see as large of inflows. However, it is going to affect the cryptocurrency market in a way that many people are not expecting. So that's what we're going to be talking about on this channel. I am always looking ahead. I'm looking at the next narratives and the coins that I think are going to do well, right? We have Ethereum pumping right now, Bitcoin also going up. However, I'm looking ahead. I want to find the cryptocurrencies that are still at rock bottom and are good entry points for gains moving forward. And so if you enjoy that type of content, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for future videos. And so let's go ahead and jump right into the video here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the overall market here. We can see Bitcoin currently at $64,600, up 14% in the last 7 days. After the German government quit selling last week, they sold all of their Bitcoin that they had. We have Ethereum now almost at $3,500. And so we can see many other cryptocurrencies also doing well. We have XRP up 23.82% in the last 7 days. And so with the Ethereum ETF, we're going to start seeing a lot more attention on altcoins, and this is what I am paying attention to. There's also a link underneath the video to Week's Exchange. There is a ribbon cutting ceremony going on right now. Just by signing up, you can earn 500 WXT tokens. And then by completing these other events here, you can earn more WXT tokens. By using the link underneath the video, you can get a 20% deposit bonus. Now, there is no KYC required, and this just is simple email registration. So definitely make sure to check that out as well. And so as I mentioned here, the Ethereum ETF is going to start trading next week as the SEC gathers final drafts. And so the SEC has directed asset managers to submit finalized registration statements for a July 23rd launch. And so they have already approved 3 of the 8 applications. And so I definitely think that this will go live next week, and we're going to continue to see the price of Ethereum go up. And so we can see here, if we're taking a look at the Ethereum chart, we can see in the white here is Ethereum currently trading at $3,489. We did have a big bounce here after the German selling was complete, right around $3,000, and so we are up substantially since then. However, what I'm going to be focusing on here is the cryptocurrencies that are still down. And so we can see here, back in March, we saw Ethereum hit above $4,000. And so if you look at all of these different color lines here, I'm looking at layer 2 cryptocurrencies. I'm looking at Metis, Matic, Optimism, Arbitrum, Mantle. And so we can see all of these went up with Ethereum. However, right now we can see Ethereum held up a lot better than a lot of these layer 2s. However, I am expecting a bounce for a lot of these cryptocurrencies back up to these previous levels. And so right now we can see we're down here, we're just starting to get that bounce. However, I do expect them to get back up to the previous levels, especially as Ethereum approaches $4,000 again. And so this is a massive opportunity. Rather than buying Ethereum, which I know is going to continue to go up with the Ethereum ETF, I am focusing on these cryptocurrencies, right? I want to focus on Optimism, Metis, and Arbitrum, and Matic. Matic is extremely undervalued here. We're looking at Matic at 54 cents. Matic has a lot of partnerships out there. They are partnered with Starbucks. There was a lot of great news with Matic during the last bull run, right? They were working with Disney. They're working with some of the biggest companies in the space. And so we can see Arbitrum here at 77 cents. We have Metis trading at $45.86. I just mentioned that in one of my past videos. This was a great buying opportunity when it was under $40. And so it's already up over 12% since I mentioned that as well. And so I definitely think that these are going to continue to push higher, especially as we are focusing on the Ethereum narrative. And so in addition to that, we also have the Bitcoin conference coming up next week. And so it's going to be going live right before that. It's going to be going live on the 23rd. And then we have the Bitcoin conference coming up on the 25th through the 27th. And so in the past, the Bitcoin conference has been focused on people that only like to talk about Bitcoin. However, as you know from watching this channel, I focus on altcoins. I am still very bullish on Bitcoin. However, I am looking for the better returns. I want a bigger return than Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin is a much safer asset. However, I think there's a lot bigger returns to be had in many different altcoins. And so I think that's going to start getting a lot of attention here. With the Ethereum ETF, there's going to be more discussion around altcoins, which is going to start driving more attention to them. And so with the Ethereum ETF launching, we're going to start seeing index funds for cryptocurrencies. we're not going to see a ETF for every single cryptocurrency out there. We might see one for Solana or XRP. However, I think what we're going to start seeing is baskets of funds. We're going to start seeing index funds focusing on layer 2 cryptocurrencies. We're going to start seeing index funds that have maybe 10 or 15 different cryptocurrencies in there. And so that's definitely going to be something of the future as we're starting to see this integrate more into the financial world. And so something else I'd like to take a look at here is a video here from Larry Fink. He's been very bullish on Bitcoin. He flipped a few months ago since the ETF, and since then he's been discussing tokenization a lot more in the Ethereum ETF.
Oh, I was a skeptic. Yes. I was a proud skeptic. And I studied it, learned about it, and I came away saying, okay, my opinion 5 years ago was wrong. Here's my opinion today. This is what I believe in today. I believe the opportunity today. I believe Bitcoin is legitimate. I'm not trying to say there's not misuses like everything else, but it is a legitimate financial instrument that allows you to have maybe uncorrelated, non-correlated type of returns. I believe it is an instrument that you invest in when you're more frightened, though. It is an instrument when you believe that countries are debasing their currency, debasing their currency by excess deficits, and some countries are. I believe we have countries where you're frightened of your everyday existence, and if you have an opportunity to invest in something that is outside your country's control, then you can have more financial control. And so I'm a major believer that there is a role for Bitcoin in portfolios. I believe you're going to see that as one of the asset classes that we all look at. I look at it as digital gold, as I said before, and I do believe there's a real need for everyone to look at it as one alternative to, I would say, the optimism that I have in the world. If you want to hedge hope, Bitcoin is not an instrument for hope unless you're hopeful you're going to make a lot of money on it. But I look at it as a vehicle in which you're expressing your financial acumen in something that you're more frightened of the world, you're more frightened of your existence. And I believe there's a...
And so we can see there how he mentions Bitcoin. Now, I think he's going to start saying the same thing about Ethereum. We're going to start looking into different altcoins that offer a ton of benefits to the financial industry today. I think that there's a lot of use cases for altcoins out there. And I think that those are going to start becoming more evident as time goes on. And so that's something I am definitely paying attention to. I am focusing on coins with utility. And so let's go ahead and take a look here at those layer 2s again. We can see Matic currently trading around 54 cents. We have Mantle just under 80 cents here. We have Arbitrum at 77 cents. And then we have Optimism currently trading at $1.85. We can see Metis is almost up to $46 there. And these are up substantially over the last 7 days. We can see that Optimism is leading the way at 24% gain. We have seen Polygon here up 10%. Now Metis up 17%. Out of all these picks here, the one I am going to be focusing on is Metis. And the reason for that is because look at the difference in the market caps. Right, we're talking $5 billion, $2 billion, $2.5 billion, $2 billion, where Metis is only at a $261 million market cap. And so just to get up to the size of these ones, we're looking at a 10x in price for Metis. That would put the price around $460. And so in addition to that, there's also a relationship there. So the creator of Ethereum, Vitalik, his mom is on the team for Metis. And so I definitely believe that the building that they are taking place here has to benefit Ethereum in some way. And so if that news does get released, we will see Metis go up substantially, right? We will definitely see it in these billion-dollar market cap categories here, which would create very good gains for Metis moving forward. And so if you enjoyed this type of content, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for future videos. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.